Hello everyone, I am Defudge3004. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. I always enjoy hanging out with you. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's get into some gaming. So, we are doing a lot of stuff here. I have a lot of stuff going. We have been making a lot of those things over here. I'll show you what's going on over there in a quick minute. But we have been making quite a few of these here. These crystal oscillators. So we have a lot of those. And then in here, I've been making, of course, the radio control units. So I have all of this stuff going on, and that's good. So we have a whole bunch of those. Now, I did have a slight problem just not that long ago. I was playing and fuses blew because I was pulling way too much power. And I don't know exactly what it was that was pulling a lot. As you can see, I now have quite a bit. My production is 2350, but the maximum consumption would be 5796. So I'm not using anywhere near there. My batteries were being drained. They went dead. It was a debacle. The one thing that I noticed when that happened is over here, we have this train station. And when I had this train station, it was like, well, wait a minute. This train is still running because this train was going back and forth. And I'm like, that shouldn't be happening because this train has no way to go back and forth if there is no power. So these things over here, these power lines, apparently were not ever connected to these. So I connected them and now everything seems to be doing good. One thing that I will say is upon reading about some things, trying to figure out how the drones work, which I'm not too sure yet, is these things take a lot of power. They take 100 megawatts right here on the right side. That is a lot. That's a whopping lot. We don't have that much to use for these. Each one of these, I think, takes 100 megawatts. So we're going to have to get some other power going on before we do anything. I have none of them powered, so, that wasn't a factor. I don't know what was pulling so much, but, yeah, we ran out of power. I got to reconfigure that oil that I set up over there for power because things just were not right. So I'll go back and redo that later. To begin doing things, I'll explain what's happening over here now because you do need to know so that you can, see what is happening. This is not all, this is just part of it. So in here, in this blender, I got this going and now we're making batteries. So I have a battery. This production is paused. I can continue doing this now. This thing doesn't actually do a lot. 75, it's still a lot, but it's not as much as it could be. Let me just make sure that I'm still doing okay. It looks like the consumption is 1700, so it's coming up to where it would be for production. That's not the best. Oh, wow, look at that. That's crazy. I hadn't seen these guys work ever, so I'm just seeing something new. I like how it throws it in there. That's so funny. Just like throws it. That's crazy. That is so cool. I've never seen anything like that. Just like gets all mad and throws it down. That's crazy. So we have a lot of batteries coming in now. These batteries are for the drones. I don't know if they will... oh, they'll work in the vehicles. Okay. So we can actually load up vehicles with these too. And that's actually good. So I do have the sulfuric acid and, of course, the alumina solution. And because of this, I'm also having the batteries, and then I'm exporting water. So the alumina solution is right here going in, and this is the only way that I could do it. I had no other way to do it. And this is the water going out. So all of this water is being dumped back in to those places that are making the alumina solution. So I'm recycling the water, essentially. And I got this one working. I disabled the plastic for a while. It looks like I'm going to have to kind of disable it again at some point in time because I'm not making enough plastic. So I will be, trying to figure that part out. I think all that plastic can actually be put into it if I can. I think that would be good because I'm letting a lot of plastic sit right there. If I can get him going in, I think that would actually help out a lot. Okay, that's all going out. So I really don't know what I'm going to do here. But in any case, I'm not going to fuss about that right now. That can wait for a little bit. I have a whole bunch of the Caterium wire, the whatever that wire is, quick wire going from here to all the way over here. And so over here, I am making some more supercomputers because we need them. I have all of that stuff happening here, and in here I have the things to make the high-speed connectors, and I have the copper sheets. And then in here I am making the AI limiters with the Caterium wire, the quick wire. So I have the AI limiters in there, and then of course in here I have the automated wiring, which is making a whole bunch of stuff. You know, it's making things in there. I'll show you that in a quick minute. We've seen that before. I'm making a lot of computers, so that's good. We're making tons of computers because the computers are being used in here. Wrong one, to make the supercomputer, so that's good. Over here, I have the things to be able to make the adaptive control units, which I am now using. I have used quite a few of the adaptive control units. We're still using a lot, so I may just go ahead and shut this thing off right now because I'm not going to be needing it for the time being, because I have a whole bunch in there which I will probably just let drain out, and then we'll just have that hooked up via a conveyor belt. In here, I have an assembly director system. So that's what we need to be able to get things going over here. So this is the assembly director system. One of those, we need 500 of those to be able to get that going. That's the only thing that we can make right now because everything else is not known. I do have a few things ready, so let's go ahead and go over that right now real quick. In the hub, I have loaded up quite a bit of stuff. So I have the nuclear power, it's ready for launch, and there are 50 supercomputers and 200 heavy modular frames, 1,000 cable, which took a little bit to do, and then of course a bunch of concrete. So that's what we are doing right now. We're getting this stuff done. That's going to get the uranium, in case uranium cells, electromagnetic control rods, uranium fuel rods, nuclear power plants, which are going to help, hopefully, and then we can do the magnetic field generators, and we'll know about that. We're going to do this one after we get done. I just want to get this one done first, so let's just go ahead and get this one launched.
Milestone reached. The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly.
Oh, you're
Fix
funny.
It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces. Project part number 7, the magnetic field generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Okay. Somebody's watching me. So, anyway, you're always being watched all the time. Now, we do have that, and I want to go see where in the heck we make that, because that much I don't know. Let me go to a manufacturer, I think. That may be the best place to start. And let's just go see the recipes. Okay, uranium fuel rods. That's not going to be too bad. We just don't know anything about this in case uranium cells. So we're going to have, looks like, I guess that's sulfuric acid. I don't want to click on that right now and get that going. So I am going to have to find what that isn't operating, which I can do actually really easy. I'll just come over to this manufacturer and I can at least see in here what the heck is going on. So if we go to the recipes and then we go down to uranium fuel rods, it looks like for that we are going to need, okay, 50 encased uranium cells. I am actually just going to go right back to this. Doesn't look like that. Okay, these are encased uranium cells. Whatever that takes, let's open that in the codex. That is sulfuric acid. Okay, I was right. So And that'll be making encased uranium cell and sulfuric acid. So we're definitely going to have a lot of uranium. I am actually going to shut that down and oops, come back to here. And then I'm going to go and get this going again for the adaptive control units. And then we can begin probably doing this for the direct assembly director system. So we're starting to make some good progress there. We just don't have very many computers happening right now. So, you know, I can always bring some over if I need to. And actually, I do have some on me. Kind of forgot about that. I can put those guys in, and then we can begin making a whole bunch of those. Okay, let's go over here this way. I want to show you what's going on over here. So I have a train station here, and I have sulfuric acid. And then that, of course, is being piped down here, all the way down, and it's going into the blender to make the batteries. So what I did, I'm going to take you on a little trip over here, and we're going to go and see what is happening. It took me a little bit to get this set up because it was not easy to get everything going, and I kind of had to figure out a good route so nothing like the tractors and all that stuff would be blocked. And I'll show you some other things that I've been doing as well. I've been working on this like crazy trying to get this done, but I kind of had to pause working because I wanted to get the uranium stuff going. And so over here, of course, we have this is the liquid. So, you know, it's all liquid, and then the train comes in and it takes a liquid thing from there and puts it on the train. And then it's just a train with the back and forth. It doesn't do anything else because there's no room to do that on the other end. So it's just taking water and it's coming up to here, and we're taking sulfur, we're mixing that with water, and now we have sulfuric acid. And the sulfur is coming into here, and I'm having a tractor do that, and then I have coal coming down this way. So now I'm going to have to fly all the way up here. There's that tractor. And the tractor is getting the sulfur from all the way over there. So you remember we got that sulfur not that long ago going, and we were making a whole bunch of the black powder and stuff. So that's happening right now. That sulfur is, you know, right there where you can see it on the very top. It says sulfur. So right over here is where I have the tractor coming to, because we have a whole bunch of sulfur and stuff in here. So it's trucking it back and forth to make the sulfuric acid. And so you knew about this one already. And there's something else that I made too. And I made this. So this is the object scanner. And if we were to, I believe, press R or hold down the button, there we go, we can see if we can find some things like this. So it'll detect where things are, and I think that's actually pretty cool. Okay, no summer sloop is at all detected, so it's not going to detect that. Is there any Mercer spheres around? There is a Mercer sphere somewhere. I don't know where, and I think that it will kind of beep at you, but I'm not sure. So let me go ahead and see about something that maybe we do know about, because barrel nuts are also going to be near here somewhere. That looks like sulfur right up there. You know that? It is. It's limestone. Okay, but in any case. Ah, barrel nut. Okay, so now that thing is flashing at us, letting us know that we're close to barrel nuts. Okay, barrel nuts have to be around here. Right there. There we go. There's the barrel nut. Cool. So now I know that it does work. I haven't actually tried it, and I didn't know, you know, about where anything was. There are no power slugs around here right now. There are no pale berries, bacon agaric, and these guys. Okay, it's over that way. So there's going to be one over here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where that's going to be. So you can see how it's showing that line, and I'm assuming that as you get closer to it, it will continue, you know, doing like it did with the nuts, the barrel nuts. And that's actually pretty cool. Right now, what I want to do is go see if we can find some of the uranium. So I had to do something over here too. I had to basically make a bridge because I didn't want these two tractors, the one going down that way and the one going over there colliding. So I just made a bridge that I can drive the other tractors over, or I can go right next to it and actually get up there too, just as easy. So this is actually working out really good. I do like it, and it seems to be really working the way that I intended. It took a little bit to get that set up because I had to make it just, you know, the right height and all of that kind of stuff. So all of this is going on so you can see what's happening here. In any case, I want to go see if we can go up, and we're going to have to go quite a ways up, but I want to go see if we can find any of that uranium, and if we can, what we can do around there. I think that's going to be good, and that's probably going to help us out quite a bit. So right now, right over here is the bauxite that we got done not that long ago, and as you know, I built a little ramp coming down from up here. I did find a bit of the nuclear waste or the nuclear stuff over here. I do have quite a few of the filters on me, so this is going to protect us for a little bit, at least until we can get something set up. We're going to have to make some more iodine infused filters for sure, but for right now, it's just going to have to do the best to set us up, and I think I should be okay. Okay, right there, look at that. That is right there. Let me go see. Oh, wow, there's a lot of that up. Holy moly. That's crazy. I didn't know there was that much up here. There is a big guy roaming around right there. So we're going to have to take him out. And he is going to... Whoa! Buddy! Eh. Wow, that guy's dangerous. Woo-wee! Help! Eh. Oh, doggone. We got to go back up here and get our stuff. That was fun.
If I had been in charge during humanity's evolutionary process, I would have done something about your more stupid tendencies.
Oh, you're such a riot. You're such a funny person. I like you. You kill me. Let me go take this guy. I can always jump on him and it will be okay because, you know, they can't get us on here. Now I'm going to get back up there and see if I can get my body back. I did get my body back. Now, let's go see if we can take out this guy. If we can, I'm going to have to run back to the tractor, obviously. This is not going to be very well if I'm not careful. And since that guy is very angry with us right now, boy, they're tough. Holy moly. Woo! It is just going to take a little bit to get them, you know that? Got him! Alright. Now, let's go to V, and let's go ahead and go see if we can find uranium, and if that's going to be, like, right here or not. We're going to have to put the uranium on the tractor, most likely. And if we were to... Well, I'm not going to take off those. Okay, we're not using any of those yet, but that's because we're not close to it. Okay, let's go pick up this.
Your waves lap at our shores. When will you land?
I want to go pick up this stuff, that's for sure. And if we can start getting this stuff picked up, at least we can come to this area safely. I don't know how much we're going to get or anything, but it looks like we're going to get a fair amount. We're not taking damage, so that's good. We got 60, and that's all right. I'm just going to take whatever I can here because I really want to get that stuff done. So right now, if you can see over on the left-hand side, there's an orange line going down. So that's using the filters. Whenever we get close to this stuff, it is using a filter every time. So it's using one of those, you know, the good filters. And that's fine, the iodine-infused filters to take that stuff down, which is, you know, what we made them for. And that's good. Probably because we have that stuff on us is one of the reasons why that's also dropping, because, you know, we can't have that stuff on us. It is going to kill us if we're not careful. We can try to put it on the tractor. We'll see what happens. And if not, we're going to have to make a deposit somewhere into a chest or something. Okay, so when we get close to the tractor, that radiation level goes up because that's the way that stuff works. I think for right now, we're just not going to take the tractor because otherwise we have to keep that stuff on us. Those filters, which is fine, except we're going to, you know, have to make a ton of those, like several hundred, just to be able to do anything. And that's not going to be the best for keeping ourselves safe. You know, it's going to require a lot of materials. So I'm going to go around and see if I can find wherever that uranium is. And I'm going to go see. So I do know it's here somewhere. I just have to go and see. Not... Holy moly, where is that at? That's all the way up there. There's got to be more than that. Holy moly, that's a long ways away, man. I do know I was up there. But, yeah, that's gonna be crazy to try to get that. Now, I am gonna have to go see if I can... Whoa. Okay, there's another boy there, huh? Really do got to keep away from them. They will hurt us very badly, very quickly. I'm going to see if I can take him out and get his stuff. Okay, I got him. Yay! He is now gone. Ooh, these guys are tough. I have never been up here, so I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. I'm just, you know, exploring new areas. Well, hey, buddy. A whole bunch of them. How do you like that? Okay, I think I got these guys all done. At least it would up here, so. So now I just need to find all of their pieces. And this does definitely look like bauxite. Okay, so there's pure bauxite here. I am way up here, and I am actually going to mark that bauxite. So let me go ahead and do a new map marker. And I am going to select all of the stuff and get this set up. Okay, let's continue exploring now. I got that done. So the bauxite is right over there. There was some waterfalls down there somewhere that I found earlier. And when I was jumping around, I noticed, I think it was quite a ways down there, but I don't remember. There was some uranium around because I was getting the, clicking sound, from the Geiger counter for radiation. I just don't remember where it was, but I think it was quite a ways down there. And trying to get back up here is not going to be an easy task. I'm going to go see if I can find some. I just don't know how far away and how hard that is going to be to get to. Ouch! What the heck? This is something new that I have not experienced before, so there is a hog out there, right there. And he throws stuff at us. See what I mean? He is throwing stuff at us. That's crazy. What? Okay, good, he fell. I was fighting him, and I have never seen anything like that before. That was something new. That was something I've never experienced before. So he's probably, 5. He was a big one. He was one I've never seen before. I've gotten 4, but never 5. So I don't know if I'm actually any closer. There is radiation around. I'm not going to gather that just because I really don't feel like it. But I am going to gather this. And with all the radiation, looks like there's some rocks over there too. That's going to be kind of bad. Okay. Well, we're going to be going through those filters if we're not careful. Real quick like, and then we'll die. So I do have to be very careful about how much time I spend out here. It's a long walk back. That's what I can tell you. And I think I may be getting somewhat close-ish. There's all kinds of stuff out here, just nothing that I am wow, holy moly, that I'm noticing that we have to have right away. So there is that. Let me go do another check. I'll see how close I am to the uranium and if I'm any closer at all. Uranium is out over this way past all of this. And so that's going to be something that we're just definitely going to have to see if we can get to. I have no idea how we're going to get out there. I don't know if we can actually get out there this way or not. This little weapon here is not going to do terribly well against, bigger, tougher enemies, that's for sure. And looks like there's going to be some stuff behind those rocks we're going to have to crack. Probably one of the other ones. The Mercers. So yes, that stuff is out there, actually right out there somewhere. We got a long ways to go before we can get to the uranium. Even though we do have some, it's going to be a while before we can do anything with it. We have to take it, get it back, put it into a safe place somehow, some way, somewhere, and keep it away from pretty much everything. Well, we're not going to live too terribly long. Doggone birds, they scared me. Okay, let me go ahead and take this out real quick. I want to go see. There is a Mercer sphere behind us. I am aware of that. So let's go see if there's any. Nope, no summer sloops. So I'm thinking that Mercer sphere is going to be behind these rocks, and I'm 100% sure of it. Because, yes, it's already looking like it is. So there's going to be a Mercer sphere right in these rocks. Okay. And that's alright. At least as long as I know, then I can, do something about it. I am going to look a little bit further. I've never been up here at all. This is actually very pretty. It's just pretty dangerous, too. I can get back up here. It's surviving all the things up here that are going to rip our faces off and try to feed it to us that I'm more worried about. And, of course, falling, like a long ways. I don't want to do that much either. Okay, that's going to be somewhere way out there, and I really don't know exactly how we're going to get to any of that. That is going to become a huge problem. But I think I'm going to head back. I'm going to go see if I can get that other one open that I, was talking about earlier at the beginning. And if we can get that done, I think that would be good, and then we can have even more stuff happening, and that should help out. I'm going to take the tractor back home now. We're going to use a lot of those radiation things, but we have to get the tractor back home. Even if we park him a little ways away, that is fine. I can deal with that. We just have to get back. Okay. I guess as long as we're on the tractor, we're safe. It's when we're off the tractor. Okay, well that actually does change things quite a bit. I'm going to have to leave our tractor all the way over here just so we don't get radiation poisoning. So that way we don't have to worry about it. And then we'll be okay. It's kind of a bad situation with that. We're going to have to figure out what to do to make that the uranium turn into other usable products. But that's going to be the dangerous part. So I'm going to not get as worried about that for right now. Let me go in and see if we can open up this next level. And this is going to be advanced aluminum production. We can't do anything with this because we don't have that fused modular frames. That is underneath one of these, probably underneath here. We're going to have to figure out how to get that done. So I'm going to go ahead and load up this stuff right here. We're going to select this milestone, and I'm going to have to get a whole bunch of the copper and the all clads and aluminum casings, and I'll get this stuff loaded, and we'll fire him off. Let's go and get the last of this wire loaded now. All right, there we go. Sweet.
Milestone reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fixit does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fixit predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
Okay, so I guess we're doing A-okay, or something like that. Alright, so now that we have that, I need to go see. We should be able to find out what we need to do here, because it should now tell us how we get these, fused modular frames and all of that stuff done. So let me go back over to here. I'm going to go ahead and go back into this manufacturer that I have over here, and we're going to go see what we can figure out as far as making things happen. So let's go take a quick look. I am not noticing any of those frames, so they may not be in there. So let me actually come over to here and go see what the assembler may have to offer. Okay, there we go. Now we're looking at some stuff. So, magnetic field generator. Aha! That's where we need those at. That's where we need these things right here. We're going to have to get those guys over to somewhere, and we're going to have those rods. Those electromagnetic control rods. AI limiters and stators. Okay, we can do that. And it looks like that's about the, there we go, novelist. Now I know where to make that stuff. I'm not noticing the fused frames, but I'm noticing some of the other things. So we have that. I'm trying to figure out, maybe in a foundry or something. Oh, unless there's another piece we can build. I'll bet you there's another thing that we can build. Let me go take a quick look. Q, production, and looks like not that one, and not that one. Okay, I guess we don't have any other buildings that we're going to be able to make right now, and that's okay, because I think we made a lot of buildings. Maybe, probably in the, I don't know where it's going to be at. I can look to see. I'm going to do some looking and try to figure it out. Guess while I was looking at the other assembler, I didn't notice the electromagnetic control rods right there. That's easy to do, and the heat sinks are not going to be terribly bad to do either, so we're going to have other assemblers. But as far as wherever those frames are, the heavy-duty frames, I really am not finding anything out right now. They're not in the assemblers, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to be in the blenders. Ah, they are in the blenders. Okay. What the heck is that? Let me go see. Is that aluminum solution? Nitrogen gas. Okay, fused modular frames. We're going to have more blenders. That's just something we got to have. All right. So, I guess that's okay. And now I know we're going to have some more blenders. Okay. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. So now we can make the fused modular frames and a lot of the other stuff. I will work on getting that stuff set up when I can. I'm just going to have a lot more power. I can tell you that much. Because right now, we're kind of running low on power, you know, as we continue using stuff. Even though it looks pretty good, the production is 2350 and the consumption is 1500. And once we start building that stuff, it's going to jump a long way. So we're definitely going to have to look at, you know, conserving some things. So this is Satisfactory. Thank you for joining me here. We now got uranium, and now we can begin making some other stuff. And hopefully we can make a lot of those frames and everything else and the electromagnetic control rods. If you've enjoyed this episode, drop a like on the video, and I will talk to you next time. We also have some stuff in the directory in this with the directory control system, and now we need to get some of this other stuff happening, and that's going to be very exciting. You have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.